I'm James Williams Jr. This is Kung Fu Epic number 2. This is going to be my last video for tonight if I can help it. So, I'm a big Mass Effect fan, and just like all of you, I'm waiting for Andromeda. But before we do that, I want to talk about the things that totally pissed me off during the Mass Effect trilogy. Okay? 1. Hairstyles. Hairstyles piss me off to the fucking max. Because if you do a comparison to the three game systems, which is basically the PlayStation 3, the Xbox, all of them, and the PC. The PC seems to be the dominant force because of the mods where you can modify everything. You can give Shepard hair all the way to her back. You can make Shepard run around the ships naked. And you can pull all the uniforms from all the games. And in the PlayStation 3, you can't wear the uniforms off the ship except for in the third game. And then you're limited to 5 uniforms each time. And now in the first game, you only get 1 uniform, and you can only wear it around the Normandy. And I'm like, well, that kind of fucking sucks because you can't wear that onto the Citadel. You go onto the Citadel, you always have to be in your armor. Everybody else gets to wear their clothes, but you and your team are always in their armor. They're never out of their armor. And I hope, like hell in Andromeda, that they fix that problem so that you don't have to be wearing that bulky armor around when you're not even going into combat. You know what I mean? That kind of sucked. I will say the other thing that I hated, besides hairstyles and your clothing, the Omni tool was too big. It shouldn't have been anything other than the size of a wristwatch. That bitch covers up both of your hands, and it doesn't have any really defensive capabilities outside of the Omni Blade. That didn't come into the game like the third game. Well, if you could redo the first game and put that Omni Blade in there, I wouldn't need to carry that many weapons. And also, if you could do the Vanguard strike attack in the first game, because if you can, I never figured out how to make Shepard do it, and that pissed me off. Also, at the end of the first game, you can't run the same character back through the first game to build up like you can in the second and the third game to build up all your points and shit. So that kind of fucking sucks. So let's go on to something else that I can't stand. I can't stand the fact that you can't get your pet from Tachanka to come back with you to the Normandy, the Varen, but yet Jack gets a Varen in the third game, bro. You can't have your Varen. You can't have hers. That sucks. Or how about the robotic dog? Now, my cousin has the 360 and the Xbox One. And when it was on the 360, he said that he couldn't get the robot dog. And that goddamn N7 hoodie, which I couldn't get. I went through all these like email thingies and did what do you call it? Whatever it was. I filled out all these things, and if you push the button or whatever, it's supposed to send you the thing to your email for like your PlayStation or your whatever, and you would do it and you would get nothing. So I think it was really only for the PC. And my cousin said that he couldn't get the hoodie for the Xbox. I was like, well, that kind of fucking sucks because it came to the Xbox first, right? He's like, yeah, but it came to the Xbox and PC, but the PC you can mod. So if Shepard hair is like mine, you can make Shepard's hair go all the way down his or her back. And I'm like, my Shepard can't get but those 5 or 7 standard haircuts. You know, you're bald as fuck, and then you have short hair, and then you have a little longer, a little longer, a little longer, and then you have long hair, but it's basically no need to have long hair if it's in a fucking bun and you can't really extend it. And that's for fem Shep, because that's the main one that I use. Male Shep, I just basically use the default haircut. No, I'm a dude. No, I have long hair in my real life. My military cat card, I look like a cone head. So yeah, if I play male Shep, I have to give the motherfucker some hair. But fem Shep, there's only one hairstyle I wanted and I couldn't get it, and that was the one with the Jacob loyalty mission where the girl comes there and you push her out the way, and everybody seemed to have that haircut. But in the Xbox, you probably can get it, but in the PlayStation, you can't. So I mean, it kind of totally sucked ass. So I'm sitting here, I'm like, I want haircuts. I want to be able to walk off the Normandy with my uniforms on instead of having to carry that big bulky armor and everybody knows that I'm a soldier. I can't just walk in peace when I go talk to General Corinthus at the strip club about the sorry consort. I have to be in armor and tell him to act like a general. I can't just walk up to him in my civilian gear, be like, "Yo, general, and then do it like military protocol. Request permission to speak, general. Permission granted. We're off duty here. It's something. And I know they really went to bat with the game and everything, and checked out military protocol for whatever country that they went to, and ranks and all that crap. I was in the army, so the ranking in this thing gets me totally confused. And if you remember, this is the thing that has fucked me up from game 1 to game 3. Shepard's in the Alliance Navy, all right, which is, I guess, what they do for space varying issues. I guess they go by Navy ranking. But somehow, in the first game, when you go get the mods for whatever the hell the damn Torian police officer is, and the guy goes, "That's far enough, Army." And I was like, okay, so Shepard's in the Army? And then when Shepard goes rogue in the second game, no one tells you if you're in the Army or the Navy, but in the third game, is a Shepard says itself, "This is Commander Shepard, Alliance Navy." So I'm like, well, what? Because are all the militaries just Alliance Navy now? But in the first game, Shepard was clearly an Army person because the Krogan said so. So I'm all kinds of confused there. And then at the end, it's more like, well, you're an Alliance soldier, so it doesn't really matter what branch of military you were in, and you're CO. I mean, an XO. So you're like, okay, well. Now, in the Army, when I was enlisted, my XO was a lieutenant and a captain, which kind of fucked me up. So I was like, oh, well, I don't know how to trust his ass. I'll just nod my head and salute, because that'll keep me from having to speak, because, he's an XO and he was a lieutenant. And I was like, what? And then when I was in Bravo, we had a captain, and this guy was the captain, but he also was officially, his rank was a lieutenant. So I'm like, how can you be a captain and a lieutenant? And so, I'm a little confused. So when I started playing Mass Effect, I'm like, yeah, this is fucking me up even more. Well, anyway, Commander Shepard, I guess for the Navy, it's a commander, and I guess in the Army, she would be a major or a sergeant major or a first sergeant or something. I got all the listings and the ranks on in one of my black books or whatever. But the thing is, I want to have more freedom with Andromeda than I got in the trilogy. I also want to be able to do, if you can do it on the PC, I want to be able to do it on my PlayStation. You know what I mean? If they can modify their shit, and I don't mean I gotta get DLCs, unless when I pay for the DLC, it's like a one shot fits all deal. Whatever you get, if, let's say they give you three mods, so each mod has like maybe 100 or 1,000 things that you can do with a writer, shit that you couldn't do with Shepard. Change the hair, change the face, make their ethnicities actually be ethnicities. You know how hard it is to make a person look Asian in that game, or Native American, and it doesn't come with like the Native American headband or feathers, so can't really do that. If I could have used Lieutenant Matsuo's face through the whole thing, I'd have been straight, even though Matsuo is actually Japanese. But Native Americans are Asian, so and then I mean you could tan her or him, but Mark Vanderloo is not a Native American. He's from Sweden. And being that I'm part Cherokee Indian, I want my character to be mixed. Shepard is not a Native American last name. And Ryder could pass as a Native American last name, because Native Americans have crazy last names. Some of them. But my ancestor took a white last name, I guess, because whatever the hell Wallace is. She was a Wallace, then she became a Ford, and then her daughter was a Williams, because she married a Williams, etc. So, know your family history. But, I want to be able to be wide open, and I want to be able to change my uniform at will. I don't want to just have to make a uniform, but should I already have like 4 or 5 uniforms in my closet, I should be able to wear them, and I want to be able to wear them off the fucking ship, like in the game 3. Because in the first game, it would have been great to not have to walk around with those guns on Shepard's back all the time. I would feel god awful threatened if every time I came around, there's 3 people with guns and they're talking to me. And I was like, Comrade Werner should have ran for the hills. It's like, these 3 people are coming up to him. Oh, you're Shepard. And no one cares that a soldier is walking around fully armed on the Citadel in the first game. And in the third game, in the second game, you don't carry your weapons well, in the second game, you do carry your weapons because you're still in your damn armor. But in the third game, you're in your regular uniform, and you don't have any weapons attached to you. But in that first game, you're a soldier and you're walking around. You're the only one in the Citadel besides the um, CSEC who have weapons. And when you see a CSEC person, they don't have weapons. Because if you remember the CSEC officer in the Hanar, he didn't have any weapons on him, but Shepard's standing there with full battle gear on, two weapons on the back and one on the waist, well, the back side and the side, the left side. And I'm like, this is a CSEC officer. I'm loaded to the teeth with weapons. And he has not once mentioned that because he wants me to get rid of this damn Hanar who's preaching about the Enkindlers. But none of the other CSEC officers have weapons. You know, if they did, I clearly need to play the game again because I clearly missed it. And then I have learned how to do some impossible stuff in game one because the first time I played the game, I had to go get Liara. I had walked through all those Geth and blasted my way through them, and then when I got to the last set of Geths, I died because I couldn't stop the frog jumping ones, and then if they didn't kill me, they lured me into the Colossus, and the Colossus would eat my ass alive. So I played that for like 10 minutes, and I died like 5 times. I said, you know what? When they restart me, because my dumb ass forgot to save it, when they restarted me, they started me at the beginning, and the good thing I had the auto save on, but that's not what I wanted to do. So I got there to that rock, and I said, I wonder if I can get this Mako through there. And I did. I posted it up here somewhere that I got the Mako through there, or I posted it on Facebook. One of the two, I did get that Mako through there. So I used the Mako, I killed all the main Geth down there, and then I got up to where you go get Liara. And I totally crushed those damn Geth thingies. I don't know if I have it on here or not, but I recorded it with my phone, so I might have it. But you know, it was kind of crazy because I'm sitting there. It's like if there was a way to get that Mako through there, you know, I'm gonna find it, and then I'm gonna get this Mako through there. I'm gonna tear that damn the freaking the Colossus to pieces. And if I can get rid of that damn Colossus, it'll be so much easier to get in there and handle some shit. So that happened, and I got that Colossus. I got him good. And I was like, wow, I got the Colossus. I have more than singing. We all know how that works out. Now, where the hell is that video? Because I know I have it. Those are pictures. But yeah, when I found out that I could do that, it was totally awesome. And I was like, man, it would be so cool to get that Mako through there. Is that a picture? Yep, that's a picture. Okay, I done screwed up somewhere. What are you? Yep, that's the picture. Bear with me, people. Bear with me. I do have the video. I just don't know what pocket this damn thing is in. Is that Morton singing? Yep, that's Morton singing. We don't want that. Is this Morton singing? Yep, that's Morton singing. I like Morton, I'm sorry. I also like Paddock Wicks. In the game I'm playing now, I actually killed Morton so that I could have Paddock Wicks because when I first played the game, I got it before the trilogy came out. And when I got it, damn it, at I freaking what the hell did I do? I did the comic book because I bought some DLCs. I did the comic book, and with the comic book, you leave off a lot of great details, and if you don't do the comic book correctly, you don't have that many people who survived. So if you do it and you don't do the loyalty missions, you pretty much get who they want to give you. And so that was pretty much the gist of that, you know. But I'm sitting there and I'm like, man, if I could just get that damn tank through there. And eventually, I got it through. And when I got it through, boy, you talking about a happy character. I was happy as hell. So I got that damn thing through there, and it was so damn awesome. Because I was sitting there, I'm like, wow, that was awesome. I didn't know I could do that. So my cousin, he's like, so when you first played it, how'd you deal with the Gaffet Liara? I said, I'll show you. So he redid his game, and I got on it, and he said, so what did you do? I said, watch this. So I bumped on the rocks a couple of times and used the thrusters, and it worked out. I fell right through the cracks, and I used the thrusters and the guns, and then I got it to where I could get to is this it? I don't think that's it. Let me see. I got it through the damn thing, and that was a glitch.
I don't know what the heck's going on, but
okay, so I don't want that one. But yeah, it was fairly cool, you know. It was fairly cool to actually be able to get that through there without dying and without losing my without losing my Mako. I don't know where that damn video is, but if you find it on my page, I did put it on either here or Facebook. But you can get that tank through those rocks, and you can wipe some people the hell out. I mean, you can take their asses out some kind of bad, and it'll make it easier for you to get Liara for the most part, especially if you have the game on like medium or hard or whatever. And then you can definitely use that damn tank. You use that Mako, man. That Mako is the shit. I don't know why I don't have this thing on my phone anymore. I must have deleted it. I'm James Williams Jr. Just come for number 2. BC and you.